Hi, everyone. Okay, thank you. I'm Francesco Romano. I'm developer advocate at Huawei. So I'm responsible for the relationships with third-party developers across Europe. So if you're interested in building something using Huawei technology focused on mobile, you can contact me directly. We will find a way. Today, I will speak about how to make your app smarter. What smarter means. How much do you think your smartphone is actually smart? It is smart enough to recognize if it is you using it or it's someone else. It is smart enough to run autonomously a car. Okay, how many of you thinks that your smartphone is able to run a car autonomously? Raise your hands. A few. Okay. Indeed, if you're curious, give a look on the video on the YouTube. It's an experiment, but it's a showcase of how effectively you're able to run this kind of deep learning algorithms faster. But in everyday app development, I guess you are not going to build an application to run your car. But in everyday apps, what are the advantages of having this powerful on the device? Well, you want your algorithm to be run in real time. So actually, most of the services for machine learning and artificial intelligence relies on the cloud. So you have to send all of your data to the cloud, make the computation happen, and get the results. But if you want something that's it's really real time, I'm talking about microseconds, or if you want your algorithm to run anytime, also if you don't have any internet connection, you want it to be stable to avoid the fluctuation due to the network. And in some use case, you don't want your data to leave the device for privacy reason. And of course, for cost reason and data usage. But as app developers, what we care mostly about is the user experience. In these years, we have seen how artificial intelligence algorithms helps to create a better experience. Some examples are Huawei internal camera that is able to recognize the scene and provide the best settings for the shot. Or Prisma, that is this very cool application that helps you to transfer art style to your picture to make them look like a piece of art. Or the Microsoft Translator that with a smartphone powerful enough is able to run offline translations. When I talk about real time, I talk about being able to analyze more than 4,000 images per minute. Something like this. This is the one of the other flagship devices. So, how do we... There is no audio in the video? Oh, my audio. Okay. Okay. Now, can you hear me? Thank you. Okay. How do we achieve this stuff? Well, we built a dedicated chipset with specific set of instructions. So you can imagine the CPU, it's meant for general purpose and logic control. So you have instruction, I mean hardware instruction, like load a variable, add, jump if 0, you know better than me. Then we have the GPU that is meant for image processing, rendering, so it's very fast when it has to compute vectors. And we built this neural processor unit that has this instruction set for deep learning operators, like convolution, linear regression, sigmoid, and whatever. Well, it's pretty cool, but how many of you have tried to build something using deep learning with any framework? Okay, some. You may notice that it's not easy. You need a solid background in statistics and linear algebra, a lot of stuff. And also it takes time. It takes time to collect your data, to clean it, train your model, validate it, tuning all the hyperparameters. And also, once you come up with a model that is working, it's not easy again, because there are difficulties in collecting more data or upgrading your model. We built an ecosystem to help you. It's based on 3 different layers. The lower one is called HiAI Foundation. It's basically an interface to access this hardware-based acceleration, so all the chipset capabilities. Then, if you don't have this advanced knowledge in deep learning, there is the middle layer called the HiAI Engine, that is basically a Java SDK with several already trained models that you can easily call from your application. And then we also support HiAI service for other cloud capabilities. Everything is wrapped in our integrate development environment that comes as a plugin for Android Studio that we'll show you later. So what's the development workflow? First of all, you may join Huawei developers ecosystem. Once you download and install the IDE, there are basically 2 ways. If you have your own model, you go for AI Foundation, convert your model, and make it running on the neural processor unit. Or if you don't have any model, you can try our APIs with the engine tools. Then you can test it. We provide for free a remote device where you can connect and try it, or local devices. And also we provide this development board that it's like a Raspberry, but with our processor. Once you're happy with your APK, there is also a cloud test suite solution with a lot of different tests, and then you're able to publish your application. So what are the value for HiAI? We have a model store to easily download and integrate most popular deep learning models. It comes as an Android Studio plugin, so it's an environment that is familiar for app developers. We provide the rich documentation, API, sample code that you can actually drag and drop. And we support the most popular deep learning frameworks. And we provide these remote debugs with actually 2 different open labs. And as I said, we support TensorFlow, Coffee2, the Android Neural Network API, more than 140 operators. Let's give a technical, deeper look at the technology behind AI Foundation. So if you compare running the same algorithm on the CPU or on the NPU, you can say that you can obtain an performance improvement of 25 times, and your algorithm is going to have 50 times less power consumption. So if you imagine you want to run this kind of algorithm on the background for a lot of times, well, it looks like your battery is going to stand much more. And also, if you come up with your own model, you want to make sure that you protect your intellectual properties. So the model will be delivered encrypted. And we support 1-bit quantization that it helps to reduce the bandwidth. While if you want to see what engine could give to you, compare it to the challenges, engine is quite easy. You don't need any knowledge. I will show you. It's just API calling. And it's fast. It takes about 30 minutes to integrate a specific function. And it is, again, in the sense that we are always improving our tool, providing new APIs, and improve the performance. So what are the APIs I'm talking about? It's mostly computer vision, but we are going also to deliver something for automatic speech recognition and natural language processing. So we have all that. It's about face detection, comparison, parsing, understanding if the user is smiling, understanding if it is you or someone else. We provide image analysis, like object detection, recognition, segmentation, as I showed, but also skeletal, K-point detection, and gesture recognition. Some of them, for now, are released only on the Asian market, but we are going to ship also in the Western one. Everything that's help you in documents, so QR, code, barcode, document correction, angle detection, OCR, everything that you need. And also technology for the video, like segmentation, super resolution, static cover, everything. Let's go deep. What can you do? It's like understanding for an image, what's the background, what are the green plants, like trees or sky, sea. Also segmenting your portrait, or scene detection means that we have some classes, understanding if the picture is about a shore or fireworks or it's an internal environment. Document recognition is something like you can detect the coordinates of a document in an image and then correct the angle. Face recognition, beautification, and gender characteristics, different landmarks of the face. So you may imagine this is quite easy to understand if the girl in the first picture is the same as the second picture. But in some scenario, I guess you are not able, for example, to distinguish the different dancers or the guy behind the old woman. But actually, in the MUI gallery, if you give a look, you try it, you are able to see all the picture that includes these two kids. Now, let's give a look at how the development is. So, as I said, it's a plugin. Everything is integrated. You have the documentation integrated, sample code, and you can actually drag and drop. And it will automatically generate the Gradle dependency, the import, and the API call. While if you have your own model on your laptop, you can drag and drop it and convert it. If all the operators are supported, for example, we tried with ImageNet, Inception, the most popular computer vision models. If everything's it's supported, it's quite straightforward. It will generate all the code that you need. If it's not supported, you have to weigh, or you can find some operators that you can change some operators to have an equivalent model, or you can try to contact us, and maybe we will add the in the next release the new operators. So let's see how the code looks like. So for engine, it's quite easy. You have to initialize the vision engine. You have a simple callback if the service is connected or not. And then it's just call the API. So starting the face detector, for example, passing the context, and it's just calling face detector.detect. This is a synchronous call, but I wrapped everything in a Kotlin coroutine because you don't want to block the main thread. And then you actually get a list of faces that is actually a list of rect f, so coordinates of the face. Development is quite easy, but yeah, you don't want to ship something without testing. And we cover also this part. As I said, we have 2 open labs where you can find actually real devices that you can connect remotely and try your application. It's free, up to 4 hours per day. And we provide a different kind of test. Compatibility test. So you build your application, you upload the APK, and we take care of everything, trying on different smartphones, installation, startup, crashes, everything. And you will have a report with screenshot prior and after the bugs happened. We also provide monkey tests like random operation for a long time simulation. And since these are not emulators but real device, you can obtain information like battery usage or temperature, background performance analysis, memory leak detection. Okay, how many of you had at least one time a memory leak in an Android application? Yeah, oh, okay. So it's quite useful. And also, it is integrated, so it looks like your emulator, but it's actually a device. This time was connected in the Düsseldorf office. Let me show you some successful cases of companies that have integrated HiAI. One is StorySign. Is an application to help deaf kids to learn how to read. And they use a document recognition detection and OCR. It's not Christmas anymore, but I'd like to show you this short video because I really like it.
Huawei, make it possible.
Yeah, cool, right? And this is another case, is SketchAR. It's an app that helps you learn how to draw. They also have an improvement of over 40% using our technologies. So it's all about improving the user experience. Yeah. So what's the next successful case? I hope it could be one of your application. So we recently started, this is a Slack channel where you can keep in touch with us and find support, other guys that are building cool stuff with our technologies. It's the starting point of our developer community. I hope in the next event, maybe not the next because it's actually the next week, but next year maybe, to have a showcase of one of yours application. When I saw all of this stuff, it is for me really inspiring. It remembers me when I was a kid starting doing stuff with the computer, want to build something cool. So what's the next? We are moving to this atomic API to scenarios based. For example, wrapping all the API like document detection, correction, upsampling, OCR in a single API called document conversion. I want to show you what it will look like, prototype. Like you will be able to take picture of slides, also with bad angles and not a great resolution, and having a full editable PPT. Also, our model store will be improved with this model creator. Let's say you want to build a model to recognize flowers. Well, the big part of the models is to understand if it is actually a flower or another object. But if you want to build something specific to understand if it is like a daisy or a rose, you don't need so much data and this long training. You can actually train only the last layers of the model with fewer data, and the train will be very fast. And also, since the big model is already built in your smartphone, you only will deliver a smaller APK with your specific set of model. Also, we are going to include this neural processing unit in more devices, not only the flagship smartphone, but also the middle and the low levels, wearables, maybe laptops. So what are you waiting to join the alliance? You can find us at developer.huawei at huawei.com or divecho at huawei.com, or you can actually contact me directly. And yes, that's it. Thank you. You can find the documentation and our open lab here.